good evening, ladies and gentlemen. And I want to start with welcoming everyone to this call, okay? I know that many of you guys were on the call last night, the people that has reached certain max out caps. We had a really interesting call then, and as I briefed you guys last night, everything is happening extremely fast. Okay, so I think it's very important to remember then, guys, that everybody will obviously have questions, correct? Everybody will have questions. So please, we as upline sponsors, okay, we as now guests in this webinar that are invited by somebody that has maybe an account already in Algotech or is about to start the journey. My name is Stefan. I have actually, I said yesterday, been involved in this concept for only 4 weeks. It is actually less, guys, I get to know. The time is flying. And I want to start with telling you guys a little bit how crazy this short journey has been so far and what I see happening in the next short days, hours, weeks, but obviously also, guys, I am not in this for a day or a week or a month or a year. I saw something in this concept, guys, that I haven't seen before. Until about 48 hours it is now. No, yes, 48 hours ago, I still thought that things that you are about to discover was in the future. Okay? I thought it was in the future. I thought that node products and these, I had no idea 5 weeks ago. I knew about cryptocurrency. I got into the industry back in 2014. And guys, if I knew what would happen then, obviously, I don't think even I would sit in this call, because I remember the Bitcoin being down around $200. Okay. Now we are bouncing around on, close to 60 and down and up and down and up. I have seen where this is going. I have seen also ERC20 coming into the system. Okay. I have seen people going from developing their own blockchains, every one of us, launching it and realizing that it was maybe not as sustainable. Okay. It was maybe not so smart, even legal technically or business strategically, to operate the blockchain ourselves. Okay. Now, only a few weeks back, I got contacted by one of my good friends, and he asked me to come on board with helping with my material, media, and other things what comes to the concept. Now, through that, I have had the possibility and also the responsibility of seeing behind the scenes after I was on an NDA, what is going on. You just saw a short video clip only, okay? What is really going on? What is happening? A young company like us, a young algo tribe, just born, hardly walking, crawling, jumping, with all the things that a baby has, We learn, It goes a little bit, good, then, we jump, and then it goes a little bit bad. We brush off ourselves and we go forward. Now, guys, the interesting thing with this is that I actually now have an extremely regulated, extremely regulated partnership coming up out of a very strict zone. And the reason for me not saying the name right now is that they are in a little bit different time zone. We are waiting for exact information. When are we launching it publicly? But I know, guys, the nodes running even through this company that is a huge player on the market will be running very soon, and especially for the founders, okay? Especially for the founders, because it will start with the biggest ones down towards even the 500 and so on, okay? So this is what you can expect. And I know now that people are sitting, and thinking, okay, I came into, this concept and, the caps were like this and I understood it like that and so on. And because of these reasons, guys, we have had a very fluctuating point. Why? Because people have been sitting, buying big packs, sitting and not doing the work, which means that the people that should actually be out and build, like you and me, because believe me, I am the same as you. I'm foremost and all here to build my business as a networker. Okay, so when I speak to you, I ask you to take into consideration that I'm not telling you something for you to feel good. I'm telling you something for you to feel right. It is a huge difference. This company has a big responsibility now. With a partnership coming up like this and being launched, we need to streamline ourselves with this company. Okay, those are the reasons for you even seeing that it's going, the branding is going the other way, the naming is going the other way. Why? Because when we are partnering with $1 billion entity that comes in and sees us because of relationships, but also because of you that are on this call. Why? Because of you that are on this call? Because you see it growing. You see it going fast. And obviously, guys, the line reward that we will speak about today also, okay? We will speak about, how does it work from now on? What has happened until today has been adjusting. I want to point out again here, guys, questions that you get, something that is not, clear for you, channel it up. Channel it to the person that introduced you to the business so we can gather them and clear out any kind of misunderstandings. Okay. And I know today, also for me, oh, I'm expecting I could earn this and so on. But guys, the thing is, we need to steady the ship. Why? Because we are going into extreme partnership. I dare me to say unprecedented. Why is it unprecedented? Because yes, we have a totally different way of rewarding people. The line of success, the one-liner, correct? Is something for me that was totally new and I didn't understand it. And unfortunately, the promotions and that the company take upon themselves, they understand it. And we as leaders also need to understand it. We need to allow everyone to come in and benefit from today. This is the last commission, guys, that was paid out. That is with the old system, and so on. From now on, we have a way of keeping the point in check. Okay? So when you now are listening into this one, first of all, I also want to announce something really, really important here, guys. Really important. Because I know it has been a lot of panic on the market. The company says, this many KYCs, that many KYCs. This company, I have been told, and I have been told to be extremely clear with you guys, will never hunt after people and punish people that are doing what they're supposed to do. Okay, what are we supposed to do? Number one, start on the top. Okay, because that is really what it is. Coming into a one-liner, and if we as sponsor uplines, guys, if we treat it like it should, we take our responsibility to do what? To be able to act fast. Speed is extremely important in this one-liner, especially over the next days, the next weeks, the next months, because there are coming in huge groups and even entities into this one-liner. And as you might have understood already, this is most probably, this is nothing that will be available, to do network from anymore in a year, 1.5 years from now. When we have real people on real KYCs now, when will you need a KYC, guys? It's very simple. If you want to get paid, okay? If you want to get paid, because a company that works with a company like we are about to get going with right now, guys, in the next hours, in the next days, and switching on even nodes that are crazy. I want to speak a little bit, guys, about nodes, a little bit more, because I think people are not understanding what is the product. About in 2014-15, when I got introduced to cryptocurrency, there was no tokens, there was no this and that. It came later, the tokenizations, the ERC20 blockchains and so on. And now if you're new to this industry, don't feel that, oh, now I need to know everything. Okay? No, you don't. Because even in these packages, guys, very, very soon, there will be, even in the smallest one, the hundreds, you will be able to position people, but you will also get an academy. Okay? You'll get to learn about what are, these nodes. Do they only mine? Do they verify transactions? Now, what is verification of a transaction? It doesn't really necessarily mean, guys, that you are minting coins or mining coins. It can be other kinds of verifications. It can be a mixture of it. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it will become more and more and more important in the next days, weeks, years. Because of what? Because you can verify things and you can prove things on a blockchain. Okay? And that is what everybody will have the benefit of, you know, building together with us. Like it says on this slide, building a huge decentralized node community that will be having a growing computing power worldwide. Okay, why is this so important? I like this picture, guys, that is here behind, because actually it has everything but also nothing to do with what we do. Why? Because if you do not want supercomputer in one place, that it might be hacked, you know, that might be down because of internet connections and so on. We want a more decentralized model. That is what this company that comes in, they are on the forefront, guys. Okay, they are on the forefront, and that is so cool that we already have this possibility. So I ask you guys to keep all of these things in mind. This video will be shortly available for you. You may be able to share it, use it, attract people and so on, but keep in mind, we are only in the beginning. We are right now, I was sitting in a call until, you know, 1 minute before our call, guys. Okay, 1 minute before our call. I'm sitting and getting still material, and I will have actually to open my email to get the last presentation. Okay, because it will explain to you how the one-liner will be working. Okay, but I also know that it's very important because many of the people that are here now, they think, oh, look, okay, nodes, is it any kind of profits in these? I ask you guys to Google up something that is called the Gala. Okay, Gala node. If you Google up that and start researching a bit, because I want you to do that. Why do I want you to research by yourself? Because you learn. You learn about how things like these are working. And you also learn about what kind of profitability may there be in something that makes sense. Okay? And yes, this company that we are partnering up with, guys, it makes sense. You will have very, very soon access to see exactly what they do. The name of the company. You will see how they are regulated and so on. But like I said, guys, yesterday in the call with leadership, and I expect it to be same kind of people on this call. Why? Because you are in the forefront. You are here right in the beginning with 25,000 accounts only. Okay? Only, I'm saying. Why? Because if you start breaking this down, you see how early we are. Now, what will happen with this LRP point? It's very important to understand that we are still suffering from, let's call it like this, a start that shouldn't have been made. We have two options in it. Take the medicine now or push it to the future. Unfortunately, guys, unfortunately, because I'm saying fortunately, we have to bite the apple now. This is the week when it will be dipped down, okay? We will now start climbing because the system is in place. And also on the other side, guys, now, don't stare too much on only the one line. Why? Because you as a networker on this call, you as a leader on this call, you as a builder that wants to be involved in actually building your future with us, you want to get paid for your work, I think. Correct? That means that you will also be building a unilevel. Whether you want it or not, it will automatically start to build. And with this unilevel building with real people, okay? Now, again, KYC is needed if you want to activate and launch a node, okay? Which will be very, very soon, as I said, and when you want to cash out. And I think that is a very, very good policy because it gives you the possibility, of positioning yourself for your friends and leader for the future. And this is so important if you ask me. Now, the question that will come on here, and I'm using now a lot of the same material as yesterday. I will jump into the pay plan really soon, guys, okay? But I think you need to understand this. What is it about? it is about creating an actual residual income, not from some mumbo jumbo trading with some fake numbers. No, from real revenue that is created from these nodes. And this is so important to understand. So forget about, you take care of your business. Make sure that you get yourself KYC. Make sure also to help people do it, but it is not your responsibility. Your responsibility is to do what you do, build the business. I am sure that people will start qualifying themselves and KYCing themselves when they want to get paid, correct? So this is really, really, really good news, guys, where we are going. Now, also I want to mention that the back office, the new one, would have been implemented before we're going into the compensation plan and the qualifications. It would have been implemented, but because we jump into the next phase, guys, because we are doing things so fast, okay? So fast to be compliant and in uniform and in alignment with our new partner, we are going actually faster, okay? So we're jumping into actually being a full-fledged node community much, much faster than we've been thinking about. And that means if you are now looking at what is my own pack when I'm going through, the qualifications, what do I need to do? Remember that you are looking at only what I would call a fast start in a business, the one-liner. Yes, it is significant. I mean, you may earn up to 25 per week, okay? You may do that, but that's not what I focus on and what I teach my people to do. No, why? Because it's not what you focus on to build a residual. The real residual comes from people actually no longer paying for using certain things, but having a node verifying and minting that actually make them getting paid from using stuff, okay? Like the computer, like any other kind of even transportation vehicle that might have a computer that can be utilized, correct? This is what I want you to understand. Because you will finally get it when it drops, the company name, the concept, how they are regulated and so on, you will get it. I am 100% sure. I have people raising the hand and I will tell you, I will not check the chat. I will not answer questions because as I said to you guys, you need to follow the rules for being effective. You need to use writing it down, passing it up so you can get exact answers and not something that somebody has to, think about and maybe might answer even wrong in a call. I'm not a doctor here. I am as you, new to this business, but I have also the opportunity because of the NDAs and so on to know where we're going, but also the responsibility, which means I have to tell you what is the fact. So what you need to do is, I want to ask you something. If you've been in networking before, if you are somebody that are interested about noding, interested about cryptos, interested about the new economy, interested about Internet 3.0, which I would call it, a more secure one, a very transparent one, a decentralized one, and so on. My question to you is, if you would take your funds somewhere and purchase something, tell me what is normally what you would have in a yearly revenue from it? Would it be 10%, 20, 25, 40, 100? I don't know. That depends on how skilled you are and what kind of risk balancement you have into it, okay? Now, if you take your pen and paper and start calculating and you make your decision to build, you find the builders, not the ones that just want to milk the system and place, use money and so on. But if you even can use a mixture, how many people will you involve in this business? Imagine, guys, giving away value, because that's what I'm doing. I'm getting packs. I will give them to my first lines, to my family, to the leaders that I want to work with and so on. So I hope that you are consistent. I hope that you are finding out. I hope that you are doing like me, okay? Taking massive action and duplicate so people can learn. Because guys, I want to ask you a favor also. You will know very, very soon very, very soon, you will know what the company is, and you will also get instructions about follow what to be compliant, okay? To streamline yourself with the field, to take the best action out of it. Because if you are a networker like me that's been doing global business, you know how important it is that the information is correct. Make sure that you get away from internet, the old presentations. Make sure that you take away your own, and you go to the people that trust you and you trust, and you clear it out with them. Okay? Same comes to my leadership. Okay, they know already why is the point fluctuating, what is needed, and they also know where we are going now. Okay, we are growing so fast, guys, so be sure about doing it correctly. Now, guys, let me check my phone quickly so I can see if I have got sent now the last presentation, because that is how it is, guys. Okay, that is actually how fast it goes, that I need to actually go into my email. You know, I think it's important that you guys understand that. Okay, I now go in and open what just have been amended in order for us guys, in order for us to be complying with what we have to comply with, in order for this huge opportunity to be here with us. Guys, what is the huge opportunity? Partnering up with a company, becoming a marketing arm with even, yes, certain nodes that are only by us, guys. Okay, isn't that pretty crazy? If you ask me, it is. I mean, we are getting a possibility of actually building up something that is sustainable. If you ask me, that is brilliant. Now, let's go into the presentation, and what I will do, guys, is actually, I will go fast through what Algotech is, just to make you understand that, yes, what is it that will be changing? Because nothing has actually changed, except for getting better. We have changed, taken away elements from it that is deteriorating on building this company long term, okay? We have added things that will make it more profitable, being able to actually, guys, being able to what? Because this is very important. Able to provide you with real products and services that actually can give you a residual. Okay? So, I mean, all these you've seen, all these we've been speaking about. I think the reason for you being here is very simple. You see something in Algotech, same as me, that you want to be part of. You see something that will build. You see a blockchain with what? With a purpose. And you want to be part of a genuine success club. Guys, 4 weeks basically, 3 pay runs only, correcting baby diseases like we call them, getting it running, you know, so you can go out, present a legit business with a legit company behind it, a regulated one, and build something real. And that is something that I think is worth a cheer for. This company is actually, we are offering licenses. We are offering monthly rewards. Yes, from what? Yes, from the nodes. Weekly reward, as you know. Look at these now, guys. These packs that are here are now the packs that will be available from today. Okay, with what is in these packs, it will be up in the back office. Okay, it will be up there with new questions and answers. During the next 24 and 48 hours, you will see a lot changing. Okay, you will see the company. You will see what is going to happen. You will see how the new branding is taking shape. You will see so much, and be sure then also to know what are the current products, what are the current things. Because if you're looking at here also, there is something missing from it, and I want to take it up because I will get the question, the NFTs. The company is with the new partner reviewing everything, and we will get back to you on the exact thing, what will happen and so on, in order for us to be the most profitable community on this planet, what comes to noding, in order for us to pay the best commissions out in residual monthly, and also keep the best points in the line reward. And it makes me laugh, guys, because I want you to consider yourself now in this situation. We have 180 some people on this call. Okay, You are the community. Now my question to you is, how many people do you think that your people will bring in before Christmas? Where will these be going? Okay, will they be going, you know, somewhere in between? No, they will go extreme right and extreme left. Correct? This is unique. It's funny because I was sitting on a call actually with a person that's been working a lot in all kind of compensation plans. And we were going through with the fluctuating point and so on. And I said the following: what would you have been making in another plan that you've been involved in your 30 some years in the industry? So yeah, a lot less, even if the line reward point would be 0.01. And this is something I want you to take into consideration, because it is not about what people have got it totally wrong from the beginning. Hey, here is a guaranteed 5,000. Here is a guaranteed 25. Guys, how could it ever be guaranteed? Because if it would stop growing, what would happen? No money to share, correct? Who's going to pay the money? This is built on, guys, to make it attractive for builders, but also at the same time, make it attractive for people that just want to be on the products. And honestly, I think a person that is interested about noding and the profitability of it and sees the partnership that we have and the community as a benefit, guys, they would want to do the KYC as soon as possible. Why? Getting paid, correct? So I think it's important to take this into consideration. I know how many builders on this call. Take an example that only 10% would start building here, guys, that are on this Zoom right now. What would happen? I know what kind of people that are on this call. I know what kind of members we are getting in. And I know that people that never ever have touched any kind of multi-level marketing, networking, affiliates and so on are getting very, very excited. Why? Because they see this as something very attractive. They see it as, yes, I could get it for myself. They look at the qualifications that are needed. I also have people that I could give it away to. But that goes later, obviously. Why? For the simple reason that you do not need to qualify yourself. You need to have different people on them, yes. But you don't need to worry about, you know, the KYCs before catching out or activating the nodes. So learn the system, guys. Learn how the power line is working and learn how to get started in the right way. And now I want to tell you something, because I know that a lot of people on this call that have been following the advices from the beginning, get engaged directly, get yourself registered accounts that you can hand forward and so on. You're sitting on a very blessed situation. Why? Because you're sitting with accounts that you can hand over to your friends and loved ones and leaders around the world that already are making money from day number one. Now, this, guys, this is what will turn around your business straight to the top, even with the line reward points. Now you see something. What has happened? Oh, somebody looked, oh, I need more here. No, actually, everyone on this call, you need to have a plan for your business, correct? If you're going to work this business, learn this business, become excellent at this business, you will learn to do what? To explain the business. Now my question to you is, if it is as profitable as we've been seeing on the market with noding, and even if it would be so much less profitable, and even if it would get to, you know, let's say, you know, very low percentages, you know, residuals, you know, monthly looking at the production, it would still be something that beats almost anything out on the market. And we have seen with this example with noding and so on, how profitable it really can be. Now my question to you is, would you only sit on a 500 pack now, you know, would you sit on only 1,000, or would your action plan be over the next weeks, months, days? Would it be to reach as much residual as possible? Then my question is, wouldn't you strive as soon as possible to the 5,000 pack yourself? And that is how this plan is built, ladies and gentlemen. I am personally extremely happy with it. Why? Because it rewards the builders. Okay, why? Because the builders will now have the possibility, ladies and gentlemen, to actually be closer directly, you know, from turning around this week to the 0.1. Is it guaranteed? No, it depends on how people build. It depends on how you qualify. So when you start counting here, you start climbing this ladder. You see, people will do what? They will start to upgrade. They make 250 a week. Okay, I'm going to be on a 500 a week. I'm going to be on 1,000. Oh, now I'm going to need what? I'm going to need to up my pack, to top up my own node package. My product package, my node is going to need to go up. And honestly, to say straight out how I see it, if I'm a builder, obviously, I should as soon as possible, as soon as my financial situation allows me to do so, have a 5,000 USD myself. Okay? Very important. Now, when will this be implemented? Now, ladies and gentlemen. Okay? Now, and I want to tell again, you do not need to police your first line on KYCs. You need to take care of your own. Okay? You also, if you are looking for making here, you see something really cool here. Yes, the personal accumulated first line sales in LRP has gone up. And I will explain to you very easily why. In order for us to provide this opportunity and make it very attractive for our partner, we need to have certain parameters and variables in place. I'm talking about profitability. I'm talking about how the profits are shared. I'm talking about how you can get paid in accordance with their business model over the next weeks, months, and years. Because I want to point out one thing here. Even if the license, in the tribe, is covering a certain period, the node is something totally different. Okay? So you need to be able to separate your business. You need to be able to look at this at one side, get going fast, but then as soon as possible, start transitioning towards looking at your real residual building up. And I want you to take a pen and paper after this call. I want you to go into your back office and take a look at what? Your 7 generations. When you click My Team, you go in there and you start visualizing how will you build your business. Play around with it. Do you build 1 line? Do you build 2, 3, or whatever? And how do you help people to do it? And now take into consideration. I tell my situation, guys. I'm building with people, with leaders, account. Okay? I have my own, and I'm building why? In order to help people. Okay? Now my question to you is, okay? I want you to think really, really carefully about this. Who are these people? We're looking at 15. For me, it is 10 builders, where probably half drops off and becomes lazy because they're looking at, oh, I'm making a few thousand a week, I'm making on my node, I'm making something with what I handed forward, I'm satisfied. But maybe half of these, or even 20% or 30% of these builders start running. Now, my question to you is, when you start calculating, what can that be? Because I know that this is the next in the plan from the company, to come out obviously with the full compensation plan, but we need to have it streamlined. Again, I'm telling you, with this company, guys, it needs to be streamlined with the company that has their already regulated markets, and they are looking at us as a marketing arm. And I can tell you guys, I think we are quite some marketing arm. That's our job. Now, we need to follow these rules, okay? We need to be certain profitability. We need to bring in real people on the nodes. That means if you want to activate a node, you're going to need a KYC. Why wouldn't you? You want to earn money. Now, my question to you is, if you're thinking about how you're going to, find these people, for me, it's simple. It's my family, friends, business colleagues. Not all of them obviously are interested about, building a business directly, but I think it will change over time when they start realizing that, oh, this thing that is called a node that I have here on my computer is actually making money. And guys, you will be blown away when you see what they have. Simply blown away, because it's really a blockchain with a purpose. I want to point that out again. So I want to ask for your consideration and your also patience and your also understanding on who do you want to reward. Do you want to make sure that this community grows over the next days, weeks, months, and maybe year, depending on how fast we will become a private club? You will no longer have then the one-liner. Not in the same way. It might be spinning, yes, but we are talking then about that everybody plays with the same rules, correct? So the first ones needs to play with the same rules as the last ones. So I know for a fact that in me also, we need to go back to our leaders. We need to explain to them, guys, okay, this is how it works. Why? In order for us to provide the best opportunity for our friends and colleagues. Because again, I want to point out 25,000 accounts. Now start then dividing it, how many have more than one account and so on. Now, how does this system work? Because this is extremely important that we have all of these rules and regulations in place. Now, only paid members, this is now from today, guys. It's forget about what it was before, from today being implemented, which means gives us, basically 7 days, a full week to start working towards it. How much did you get done in your first week? How much will you get done now with all the new information that is coming and the introduction very soon about our partner? Use now the teaser first to start doing it. Remember that the 100 USDT package can see and accumulate LRPs. Now, 500 USDT packages and above will build your personal line reward points. And guys, this is pretty cool. Why? Because I know that a lot of you built it correctly. So now when you start giving forward and building, people will do what? They will start upgrading, correct? Why? Because they want to make more residual, yes, but also make more line rewards. Now, your potential earning caps are based upon your qualification level. The higher the level, the higher the cap, as we went through. The LRP USDT exchange rate may fluctuate. Yes, we spoke about this already. Because why, guys? I give a very simple explanation for you without even putting an exact percentage on it. We have real products that needs to be what? Purchased from our new cooperation partner. Okay? Now, why do they need to be purchased? Because that's how it works in life. We pay for products and services, especially for those that can generate a revenue for us. We also need to have a company that runs with all the incentives for you leaders. Everything from trips, to recognition rewards, to events that we are putting up, and running a company and a profitable one in order to be what? Attractive for all of the owners and for also partners around. Now, we need to pay out line rewards, but we can only touch a certain percentage for it. And that is why we have implemented it, in order for you not to make it more difficult. No, because how difficult will it be with now jumping from where we are today, where we thought we're going to be next year, and only talking around the corner, okay? Around the corner, some hours, maybe a day, maybe 2, not more, okay? This is the most extraordinary thing I ever seen, and I'm telling it straight. I'm sorry if I'm sounding very excited. The reason is simple, because I am. Why wouldn't I be? Because I never seen people, even if we would have a lower LRP, even that would make that ever in the first week, even more so, even not even the first month. And here suddenly they are making it very, very fast. Why? Because all helps all. This is so important for us to understand. Now, the LRP points are placed on your power line to your right first and then left and so on. This rule is for everyone. Now, I have got a lot of questions about the next point, guys. Why is it not escrowed in the same way? Because it has changed from the beginning, like many other things, to be a weekly qualification. And this is really cool for us because we don't need to stress over the days, okay? We can aim towards Sundays 23:59, okay? Now what happens? Yeah, it pays from the lesser side. I will go through these rules with you quickly, and you will also very soon have this presentation. And what I encourage you to do is then, you can also listen into this recording, but also download it, study it, make sure if you have questions, and when you have questions, to ask. Again, the same rule, shoot it up, shoot it to the person that introduced you. And if that person is not available, ask in all of the groups. I know that you are added to groups where you will get more information. Go into the back office, go into the facts, go into the documents and download the latest versions. Don't assume that things that are on the market, out on the internet is any more relevant. We will need to help to do a lot of cleaning up. Why? In order for us to go fast. Okay? To go fast. This company do not need us to run a company. They need us as a marketing arm. That is important for us to understand. They have all in order, but they also ask us to have all in order. Now, every week, obviously, as I said, you have a pay side and so on. And Monday, your line reward bonus will be transferred to your available wallet. Now, I want to say something about payouts now. Today will be done one payout and also tomorrow. So make sure that you, if you have problems with qualifying yourself for KYC, ask your upline to help you, okay? Ask to help you to get it done, and we will help you to get it done so you can withdraw and see that, yes, it's real money, okay? We know that this has been a rocky up and down, but we know also where we're going. Stormy seas, perfect storms takes what? Leadership to go through. We know that. Now, I'm going to take a very, very simple example here. If you're looking at this slide that is up here, this would be your one-liner. And if you haven't seen how it works, make sure to go into your account. Once you qualify for start banking these points, you will start seeing points coming left, right, but also you will see accounts, members coming in left and right. So in this example, then, let's say that you in a week would accumulate 60,000 LRPs on your left. Now, remember, this has nothing to do with your own qualifications in your first lines, the ones that you recommend into the business. This is the total of the company where all helps all. If this would be the case, 60,000 LRPs, which is the lesser side, correct, would be sent to your escrow wallet. Where on the banking side, we're looking at 100,000 minus 60,000, where all 40,000 would be carried over to the next week. Now, that depends also, it's very important to understand this, guys. That means if you are not maxing out, okay? So if you are maxing out, it's called reaching the cap, then it gets flushed. And this is a very important thing to understand. But also, I wish that you understand the difference in a one-liner and, for example, a binary. Why? Because in a binary, it's only your team. Many people, when they get into this business, they're so scared about the points getting flushed, but ask somebody that's been in this business for more than a week, and you will see and understand that nobody worries about how many points will be there. They need more to worry about not to lose money that is on the table. What do I mean with that? Make sure to qualify yourself as fast as possible. How do I do that? Yes, I need to activate myself. I need to choose where I want to start in the ranking, and I need to start to hand out and welcome people into the business as soon as possible. So it is important that you speak with your upline so you can get it explained to you how to work the best. We will also, the next days, the next weekends and so on, we will do specific trainings on everything, where you can ask, where you can interactively be involved, where you can learn how to present the business and how to understand the business, including obviously, how to activate the nodes, which are right around the corner. And I can tell you guys, many of you will look back at this day and think like, why did I look and stare myself so blind on the one-liner? That is just my opinion, because I see the one-liner as something to help people start the business fast, to help people to get on a reasonable income, affording to build big. That's how I see it. Now, if you're looking again at this one now, you all know that one LRP on your weeks would be up to a cap of 0.1 USDT. So if you're looking at this one now then, okay, you had your 60,000, okay, and you're looking, what would the commission be if you start looking at it, my earning caps and so on, everything that is above, in this case, it would be, if I qualified for 5,000, it would be sorry guys, here is something that is not corrected. There is something that should be 6,000 actually, guys. Yes, so 1,000 would be flushed. Now, this keeps on going from side to side each and every week. But I will also tell you the following, because of the rules with right, left, I have studied and seen how the one-liner is growing, and it's pretty stable. It's pretty stable, you know. You have your pay side and you have your what? You have your banking, your company side, your all help all side. Actually, they are both after a while. So you will see, most probably the same as me, that, oh, after a few weeks, you are no longer looking at even will you max out with the points. No, you're looking at how many can you help into the system to get them qualified in order for you to also start accumulating more and more and more personal line reward points that comes from what? From your first line. This is so important to understand, because I think too many people are looking straight at, oh, I need to qualify for a 5,000. Oh, I need to qualify for a 12.5. Oh, I need to qualify for 1,000. I don't see it that way, ladies and gentlemen. I see it the opposite way. This is where I'm going, and I'm leaving as little as possible on the table weekly. That is how I choose to look at it. And I think you should, because that is a more healthy way of looking at it and how to build. And this compensation plan, ladies and gentlemen, this reward plan is now finally tweaked to not drop value and reward who the most? The builders. Okay? The builders of the business. The people like you and me that wants to take this big, that wants to have as many as possible into the business. Okay? As many as possible into the business before what? Yes, a few days maybe, nodes start switching on. Now go in and learn more about nodes. What can nodes do? And then when you finally see what it is, you will laugh. Same as me. I've been laughing the last days, and now today, you know, I see in calls of us with corporate even that some people are nervous. They're so nervous about, yeah, but you know, we promised this, we promised that. Guys. I've been 21 years in this industry. And I'm always communicating what I believe to be the right thing. Okay. The right thing here, guys, is to look long term. Why? Because you don't want to kill a company before it even flies. Finally, now, in a so short period of time, as the 4th week that I'm involved in, we're already seeing the turning point. Yes, the company did the mistakes. Yes, the founders did mistakes. Yes, the first members did mistakes and thought that, okay, let's place it a bit like this, you know. And now we have to bite the apple. But believe me, when you bring in new people to it and get them to understand, they will no longer understand that. Why would anybody look anything than positive on this business? And that is what makes me so fantastically excited. I have taken up extremely lot of time from you now, okay? A lot of time from you. I wouldn't have wanted to take this much time away from you, but I think it was important. And I want you to leave this call with the following question in mind. How long will you wait before you start really building? Because I know there are only a few that really builds, and I know them by name, most of them, I think. And if I don't, I hope to meet you very soon. Or will you settle in for waiting a bit, seeing what's happening? It is all up to you. And I really, guys, if you are even a little bit hesitant, okay, I got a question today from a person that is born in Finland, but lived half of the year already in Dubai. He had only one question for me. He said, Stefan, I want to ask you something straight off. Is this legit or is this some kind of scam? Okay. And I really loved that question. I really loved that question. Why? Because first of all, during my 21 years, I made a lot of friends. I also made some people that doesn't like me. But in most cases, the people that don't like me are people that don't want to see the truth, do not want to see the right way. This company is doing everything to do with the right way. Has it done everything perfectly, the company? No. And that is what I also have said all the time. Way too bad communication. Way too fast, you know, maybe decisions. But I have also seen where we are now compared to when I got hired to come on board and help with materials and so on. And it has evolved. It has got rid of cancer. It has got rid of people that maybe do not understand where we're going. And it has made so many huge and powerful friends around the world already. I don't know. I wouldn't believe it even. I understand your position. You're sitting there, what is this? What is this? But think about this, guys. It is a very short time before everything is revealed, and you will feel so proud And I hope that you don't feel a little bit stupid because I have been feeling stupid. I felt stupid 48 hours ago when I saw what was coming, because I really thought it was the future, guys. Okay? I thought it was the future, and then I suddenly saw, so you mean that this is actually working already? Yes, it is not only working already, guys, but it is something that is making huge waves in the crypto industry, in the blockchain industry, and especially in the new decentralized trends about verifications and nodes. I want to leave you stuck on that, and I want to leave you with the question of the following also, guys. I probably forgot and will get spanked to my upline sponsor because I forgot to tell you something. But I don't see that as the most important thing. Why? Because information can be published. It will go up in the back office. The most important thing for you guys to understand is that I'm sitting in the same boat as you. Okay? And honestly, after only 3 weeks in it, if this was not worth to put the time and effort into, I wouldn't bother. My family, my wife, my kids, my father and mother-in-law, my people working with me, for me, they all know how different I am since 4 weeks ago, when it was like snapping a finger, basically changing everything how I saw it and pulling me out of COVID. Okay, I am truly, truly grateful, and I feel blessed to be part of this. If you do not feel the same, fine. We all have our choice in life. We all have our choice where we're going. One thing I can tell you, and this is Stefan from Bangkok, and you most probably know me. If you don't, I'm Stefan. You will see me all over the place. You will also see me once everything is written under and so on. You will see me all around the globe, not only on Zooms and so on. I will go hard in this. I will build it together with these fantastic people that every time when we're sitting on a call is having your feelings, emotions, but foremost of all, your best future in mind. They have paid millions in order for us to get this partnership. They have paid out to keep us as happy as possible. And for me, when I know that and I know where they want to take this ship, I'm all in, guys. I'm all in. No hesitations, full speed ahead. If you want to follow the journey with me, contact me, also inbox me privately. You know who I am. I will do everything I can to find you the best help ever. And I will also do the best I ever can to, together with you, build this fantastic community of people from all around the world. That's all I want to take up right now. And I really, really, really congratulate you staying on this call all the way through. And I want to tell you one thing more. Guys, network marketing is about helping people to win. Go out and help people to win. In order for you to win big, you need to help people win. And that is how this company needs to be built, if you ask me. And I will do everything, even if I'm not sitting in the corporate side here, to help to influence it for us to have a better future together. Good night. Looking forward to all the questions coming. And we see you on tomorrow's call when everything is even more ready. Okay? Thank you, guys. Thank you for your time. Bless you, guys. We see each other soon.